Hello everybody, this is Yakes87 and welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. We have loaded up and we are going to be running these laps, 87 laps, on the infield road course at Daytona. Now this track utilizes the two horseshoes in the center and that's it. There's like straightaways and kinks and turns that connect them, but for the most part it's basically a banana shaped oval track, which is kind of interesting, especially because considering the turns are right-handed. Now the start finish line is pretty much right when we get off of pit road, so as soon as we take off from pit road we're going to be going green, and that's going to be that. So the Jetta is a very slow car. You will notice this. It is very, very slow, but it is also pretty fun to drive. So we are officially green flag for 87 laps at the Daytona International Speedway short infield road course. So there's really not a whole lot here. The Jetta's pretty slow, but it drives nice. It's probably one of the easiest cars on the service to drive, so if you're looking for something that is pretty easy to drive and you just want to do some road course racing, the Jetta's probably the way to go. It's front wheel drive, everything's just completely fixed setups, so it's really easy to just kind of load it up and just go run some laps. And I had run a few races in this car when I first started doing some road course racing, because like I said, it's a pretty easy car to drive, and at the time it was one of the only road course series that offered, fixed setup racing where everybody's kind of running the same thing, and it's kind of up to the driver's skill to get around the track and learn the car. So it's a pretty fun car to drive. I'm not gonna lie, it is a fun car to drive, but it is kind of mind-numbingly slow on some tracks, which is why I brought it to a really small road course. Because I mean, I could have easily scheduled like a GT3 car or something on this track and been done in 20 minutes, but I was like, you know what, the slower cars, they need some time to shine as well, so I might as well give the slower cars the smaller road courses, which is why when we went to Sebring I gave the club circuit the Pontiac Solstice, and I probably could have gone just a little bit faster for that one, but I mean it was still fun either way. Because the Solstice is just like the Jetta in that it's just a super easy car to drive. Doesn't go very fast, but it does. Both cars, they have their own set of unique challenges, which make them exciting and different to drive. Obviously, the Jetta being one of two front-wheel drive cars. I think there's only two still available on the iRacing surface. The other one being the Kia Optima. So. There will be some Kia races. I have a soft spot in my heart for the Kia, just like I do with this car, because I've had a lot of I've only done a handful of races with the Jetta, but every race I've done with the Jetta has been really close and fun. And it's been a couple years since I've done a Jetta race, but I look fondly back on those few races I did with the Jetta. It's just enjoyable races, and I feel like I definitely learned some things running those races that made me a little bit faster with the car. So it's pretty fun, but I don't really know what else to say at this point other than it's a really slow front wheel drive car, and this track not very complicated. So this one's going to be kind of just a matter of just doing the laps. There really wasn't a whole lot of practice I needed to do for this one, unlike some of the other road course events. This one is just I know what the Daytona road course layout is. I know what the infield section looks like. I just needed to get more familiar with the Jetta because I haven't driven it for a while, and just do a quick lap around it just to see what this particular layout looks like. Because I know this part really well in the first corner, but the only part I've actually never driven on just this short infield road course, so I wasn't familiar with how the car cut across the track to reconnect with the rest of the infield there. It's a very bumpy transition, but it's kind of nice. It's not bad for just a just like a really small infield road course. I mean, it's not an awful track. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know if this track layout is used a whole lot, but this would be like a good layout for, you know, some like MX-5 races, or even like the Grand Touring Cup, which utilizes the Jetta and the Solstice. Because I mean, it could be a fun track to race on. I'm not going to say it's an awful track to race on. I mean, it could be. It might not be though, but it's definitely like not the worst track to turn laps on. But like, I say that, but like, I also haven't found a track yet, and I say yet because I'm sure there's some that are out there that I just absolutely hate turning laps on. Like, every track I've done so far has been really fun to do laps on. But I mean, you're going to like tracks like Homestead Miami Speedway, which have like a really good, well-built Roval racetrack, and it doesn't even have a Roval configuration too. Like, there's like the Roval configuration, but then there's also like the full-on just straight up road course layout at Homestead Miami Speedway. And then of course I went to Sebring, which is just, it's an amazing racing facility. There's nothing wrong with Sebring Raceway. Every layout there was fun and interesting, but as I mentioned before, I'm biased because I have a soft spot because I love Sebring International Raceway. And then we went and did some oval tracks, you know, USA and New Smyrna. Both of those are just really fun short tracks. So I mean, you know, we're in Florida, and, you know, a lot of people don't think of Florida as like a racing state, but I mean, we have some of the finest racetracks down here in Florida, and it's amazing. Like, there's some really good racetracks in Florida. So, you know, we're in the latter half of Florida right now as far as the tour is concerned. So, we'll be out of Florida before we know it, and onto other racetracks that may be better, may be worse. I don't know. We'll have to load them up and find out. You know, I'm sure we'll find tracks that are not very enjoyable to run 87 laps on, and that I'm like tearing my hair out because I still have to do like 3 more challenges on this racetrack, and I hate it. But I'm sure I'll find, you know, I'm sure there's a track out there that maybe I don't know very well, that I haven't really turned some laps on, and when we get to that track, it's like, hey, this is fun. Why haven't I turned laps on this track before? You know, I'm anticipating there's some tracks like that, and some tracks that aren't going to be quite as fun. So, you know, the main goal of this was to try to learn some new tracks, learn some new tricks, and try to get some use out of all of the content I own. Like, and buy new content, try new things. So, we got a lot going on, and I'm really excited. So, this will be coming around. We're on lap 10 now. 47.303. Yeah, we're running about 47-second laps, so this one, it's not going to take very long at all, which is kind of nice. It's kind of nice, you know? Just a quick one. Not as quick as, you know, New Smyrna was, but honestly, any short track I load up with the super late is going to be like probably the fastest challenge there is, just because the car just like hooks up on the short ovals. But let's see. The other thing I'm not sure of is the fuel cell.
47.442.
Hold on, something's not. Oh, there we go. My F keys were not working. There we go. Oh, we're estimated 300 laps. I don't think we're going to have to worry about fuel, guys. Not going to worry about fuel here. So, well, we've got 10 laps completed so far. So the rest of this is pretty much just doing the laps. We don't have to worry about fuel. There's going to be no filling the car up on this one. And I think that's okay. What do you guys think as far as pit stops? Do you want me to try to regulate the fuel so that no matter what, there's always at least one pit stop? Do you want to see multiple pit stops? Or do you like seeing the fact that there were no pit stops in some of the challenges and it's just a straight up go run 87 laps endurance challenge? Let me know what you guys think. But I'm going to go ahead and just kind of stop talking for a little bit and try to get some of these laps down. If I think of anything interesting to say, I'll fill you guys in. have fun, enjoy the tour.
47.593.
Hey, welcome back, guys. So we had just completed lap 43, which means we are officially past halfway for this challenge, and nothing has really changed. The car is still slow, the track is still simple, and we've been at this for about 37 minutes now, and just hit halfway. So I thought this challenge would go just a little bit faster than that, but it's okay. It's still fun. It's not unbearable, but it has reached the point where, like, it's almost too simple, so it's starting to just kind of drag just a little bit, and I'm just like, only 43 more to go. But at the same time, like, it's kind of interesting. I don't know. I'm definitely, like, I feel like I'm getting better at those two particular corners, just because they are corners that are on the regular Daytona road course, and so I'm getting a little bit better at tackling those two corners in particular, which I know doesn't mean a whole lot because I'm driving like this really slow car, but I feel like hitting those corners better every time is going to help me when I get into like the faster cars. The what is it? The Radical. I keep forgetting the name of that car. The Radical on the moto course, and also the Corvette DP on the actual full Daytona road course. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm hoping that, you know, practicing these corners with the little Jetta here means that when we hit those laps for real on the bigger tracks with the faster cars, that these are not corners where I run into trouble, because I've gone around them 87 times recently. I've gone through hundreds of laps around those corners in the past, so you know, this is Daytona is one of those road courses that I know really, really well, because it's a popular road course and it's a great road course, and I've run tons of laps on this thing. I've run, before we had the driver swaps, we had the 2.4 hour races and the roars, and then we got the 24-hour races, so I've run a couple of those, and I've even run a couple of just like standalone GT3 or IMSA races or what have you on Daytona, just because it's such a good racetrack. So really familiar with Daytona, hoping that, you know, running more laps on the track, I get just a little bit better at it, because you can always be better. You can get worse too, but you can always get better. There's always better. There is no, oh, I'm good enough already. No, there is no, you're good enough already. There's always better. There's always better. Unless you're a pro driver, at that point you're just, you're good enough already. Slow down. Slow down so the rest of us can compete too. But I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's one thing I've definitely learned over the past few months and the past year, is just there's always more you can learn, there's always more you can do, there's always speed you can find. And you know, outside of doing the World Tour videos, I've done a lot of practice myself with getting ready for the Integrity Racing League, which actually starts the night I'm recording this, and in trying to find more speed, more consistency, and just be overall 100% better of a driver than I was last year. And I think it's really paying off. I honestly think it's paying off. And I can't wait to put my skills to the test when we hit the racetrack oddly enough, at Daytona International Speedway later tonight. Obviously not tonight as you are viewing it, but tonight as I am recording this. You are viewing this video on most likely Thursday, hoping that stays Thursday that you guys see this, but it is Tuesday, and I'm recording this so I can get the video up on Thursday. So, anyway, yeah, we got just there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of fun stuff going on. Like I said, just practicing, trying to improve, trying to be better, and just running laps on this road course. The laps definitely go faster when I'm talking to you guys about something, but I'm also running out of things to talk about. So, with that, we are going to, I'm going to stop talking and turn some laps. How does that sound? I think that sounds pretty good. So, I will see you guys in the final stretch to the finish here at the Daytona International Speedway short road course. So, enjoy the tour.
592.
Alright, welcome back everybody. We are on lap 80 of 87. So, we are almost done. I can't wait. So far, like, nothing has changed so far. It's still a slow car. The track is still simple. I'm still, like, losing my mind. Not really, but, so, once I stopped talking to you guys, like, right around lap 50. And it wasn't until, like, I right at, like, lap 60. So I hit 60, and I was just like, oh, great. 27 laps to go. And I was just, like, so done with it at that point. I was just like, come on. It was just taking forever. But then, like, I was just doing the laps, and then lap 67 came, and it was like 20 to go. And then I did a few more laps, and lap 70, and it's just like, alright, we're in the sevens now. 17 to go. It was just like, alright. And then, like, I hit 77, and I was like, alright, guys, 10 to go. Let's do this. And then I hit lap 80, and I was just like, you know what? I want to talk to my squad. Let's talk to my squad. My viewers watching right now. You guys are my squad. I don't know. I guess. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to call yourself. The viewers of the Yakes87 channel. I'm calling you my squad. Because you guys are the best for watching this video and supporting this series. The Yakes87 World Tour. So, yeah. This is going great so far. We're 82, so we got 5 to go. Once we complete this lap, 5 to go. 5 to go. 5 to go. Boom! So, what have you guys thought so far of this short road course? I like it. I would not recommend 87 laps on this course. That's for sure. I would not recommend, like, an endurance race on this course. This is the last time I probably ever do something like that on this course. But if you're just doing, like, a quick 10, maybe 15 lap race or so on this course with some slow cars, maybe some fast cars, whatever you want to run it on, as long as you keep the laps to a minimum, this is a great course. It's a great course if you're running short races. And that's not a bad thing either. There are some courses that are just, they're not really good for short races, but they're great for long races too. You know, I think of the Daytona road course, like the full road course. Like, it's really good in an endurance event, but I don't know, it's probably not that great in a sprint event. I mean, I say not that great as, like, it's not bad, but, you know, obviously when you compare, like, a sprint race on the track to, like, something like the Rolex 24, you know, a really long 24-hour endurance race, it's a different animal, and the track is different in that aspect. So, but, you know, a short, tiny little course like this, definitely would not recommend an endurance race on it, that's for sure. It wouldn't be a bad thing, but it may not be as enjoyable as it sounds. just because the track is so simple, it's so small that, you know, after doing this for over an hour, the view does kind of start to get a little stale, if you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like, okay, here's this corner again, and here's this corner again, and the view just kind of gets stale. Just because it's not so much the fact that you're seeing the same thing over and over again, because you get that at every road course, but you're seeing it so quickly. I mean, you're in one corner, and you're back in that corner again in under a minute, and it's just like, when you do that for an hour, it does kind of start to drag on. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna put this one as, you know, of all the challenges I've done so far, emphasizing so far, this is probably the least enjoyable one. Not that it hasn't been enjoyable; it's had its moments for sure, but this is the only one that seemed to really drag and drag on, and it just seemed like it was never ending. And that's surprising because, you know, I did the Sebring International, and that one was 3 times as long as this, and that one didn't seem to drag on at all. You know, the Homestead road courses, they were twice as long as this. They didn't seem to drag on that long. But I think it's just a factor of just short road course, slow car. So I don't know. There's tons of really tiny road courses coming up, so I don't want to say that like all the tiny road courses are going to be awful to run, because that's probably not the case. And this one wasn't awful to run either, but it just, I don't know what I'm trying to say, other than just, it was good but not great. That's what I'm trying to say. Good but not great. There were better events. I'll be honest, there were more enjoyable events than this one. But that's all I'm going to say on that. This was definitely a challenge, that's for sure. I don't know of any other sane person that would look at the short Daytona road course and be like, you know what? I'm going to drive that for an hour. That's what I'm going to do today on my Tuesday evening, is drive an hour on the really tiny road course with the Jetta. So, anyway, checkered flag in the air, guys. Boom! Another one completed. 87 laps on the short Daytona road course in just under an hour and 15 minutes total time, as you can see on the screen below. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know what you think. I always love getting feedback from you guys and hearing what you guys think of the tour so far. And coming up after this one is more rallycross, and then some long road courses, followed by an oval race grand finale. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you at the next event. See you later.